Yeah. This, the never-ending decline of Xbox by the Act Man. Alrighty, so let's go.
There's nothing that's more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community.
Xbox has been in the freaking dirt for years now. And at this point, I don't know what it's going to take for these suckers to start finally picking up the broken pieces and rebuilding themselves back up into the brand that we used to know with the Xbox 360.
Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, so I will concede that, Xbox is far from the glory days of 360. 360 had, oh god. Give me a second. Oh boy. Okay, 360 had like so much to offer. Like, I'm talking mounds and mounds of freaking content to offer. Transitioning to Xbox One, Xbox One initially wasn't designed. Well, yeah, it was designed to be to be an entertainment system, not like a gaming console entertainment system, but like a glorified DVR, pretty much. You get to watch things on demand. It played music and like movies and whatnot. Like, for whatever reason, they decided gaming was secondary when it came to Xbox One. Like, when it first came out, it only took them like, God, I don't know, like a few years to walk that back. But by the time, yeah, like PS4 already outselling Xbox One, which it would continue, it would continue to do for quite some time. And now we're up to the was it ninth generation? I think it is. I think that's where we're at right now, and yeah, not much has improved for Microsoft. So kind of sad to think about, but hey.
They shut down not one, not two, not three, but 4 studios.
And that means that Xbox has now closed more studios than it's released games this year.
Way I see it, best thing we...
I haven't thought about this. Has Xbox closed more studios than freaking EA? Because, dude, EA is notorious for like buying up a studio and then just closing it down like within a year, pretty much. Like, we've seen this multiple times. Like, I actually watched the video yesterday about EA, and yeah, they bought up and closed more studios than I can count on count on both hands, pretty much. Is Xbox far behind, or like are they neck and neck? I'm not entirely sure. I can't be entirely sure about about all that, but hey.
What we can do is let the week go. Move on, get our money, start over.
This is a studio that was on the rise. You can tell they're very talented. They knocked it out of the park with Hi-Fi Rush, gave Xbox some of the best press they've received in a...
Yeah, I forgot about that. Tango Gameworks, the guys that made Ghostwire Tokyo, and the very excuse me, the very successful Hi-Fi Rush, they end up getting shelved. Like, what? They put out a banger of a game in the form of Hi-Fi Rush, and they get shelved for it? Like, dude. Keep in mind, I think somebody actually did end up buying the rights to Hi-Fi Rush, so I think development is still going to continue on that game, but that was really shocking to hear, because, dude, I didn't play it personally, but from what I heard, that game was really fun, and the fact that it got shelved, the fact that the studio got shelved is like, that's nuts, dude. That's wild.
A while, and what does Microsoft do?
Gaming. And the Game Award.
Oh my god. Dude got freaking studios got the General Shepherd treatment. or the Ghost and Roach treatment, I should say. God damn. I mean, to be fair, I can understand why Arkane Austin was shut down. I mean, like, let's be honest. I've said this before. Redfall could definitely qualify as a company killer, and it was to an extent. Like, Arkane Austin is Deep Six. It's as in, you know, we're never going to see another game from those guys again because they're defunct pretty much. Yeah.
Goes to Hi-Fi Rush.
Not that you.
Yeah, it won an award too. Like Hi-Fi Rush won an award, and God, they just that's so shocking to see, dude. Like you could win an award, and like your studio's still gonna get shelved. Like, God, nothing seems to be safe, man.
Care too much about that, you rats. All of you.
When Tango wants to go do hi-fi, when everybody probably thought they were doing Evil Within 3, I want to give the teams the creative platform to go.
I don't think we're gonna see. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna see Evil Within 3 because, yeah, Tango Gameworks were the minds behind that, and now they're gone. So I don't know. Maybe another studio will pick up the slack. I'm not entirely sure, but it's possible. I mean, you know, weirders happen, but I don't think it. I don't see it, dude. I genuinely don't see it.
And push their ability, push their aspirations.
You're all liars, and all goodwill is now completely thrown out the window. I am now back to being extremely skeptical about Xbox.
So the idea of flushing a humongous amount of their pool of talent down the toilet right now at a time when they need games more than ever?
Oh, dude, I forgot. Arkane Austin also did Prey. Did Bethesda's Prey. Dude. Yeah. To be honest, though, Prey, Bethesda's version of Prey was more like, you know, System Shock, and not the original Prey. Which, to be honest, it still sucks that we never got a sequel to the original Prey. Because that would have been pretty cool to see, dude. Like the premise for that game was really good. I heard that the original Prey was a lot better than Bethesda's, but yeah, it still sucks, dude. It still sucks on both ends. Because yeah, now we're not gonna get a sequel to either, and that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible.
It's absurd. It's beyond absurd.
It feels like the final straw. I've never seen this much criticism and negativity surrounding Xbox right now because of what they've just done.
It's not that hyperbolic to say that Xbox did die a little bit. It died in my heart a little bit.
I don't get you. Don't get you no more.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, bro. I mean, you gotta think about this. Like, Halo Infinite, it's stagnant right now until it actually fully switches over to Unreal 5. God, what else do they have? Like, nobody really talks about Forza. The new Gears trilogy, when Gears 6 releases, it's not gonna live up to the standard of the original. Let's be honest, like, the first 3 Gears of War games, they were S tier. Like, that whole trilogy was S tier. You know, Gears Tactics, that was good. That was great, dude. You know, like a Gears of War game in the style of XCOM, that's perfect. But yeah, like Gears of War 4, like Gears 5. Personally, I really don't have a problem. Like, the biggest problem I had with Gears of War 4 was it was loaded with microtransactions. So, like, they eased up on that in Gears 5. I don't know what the monetization system will look like in Gears 6, but, you know. So yeah, Gears is like to be determined. You know, nobody talks about Forza. I said that before. God, what other games are there? Like, they have a whole game studio, which, you know, isn't really doing much right now. Like, they bought up all these studios, and like they're not doing a lot with them for the time being. So like, I don't know I don't know what the plan is necessarily. It's not looking too good. Let's be completely honest.
In a situation where I really feel like they have no idea what to actually do with their brand anymore.
Oh, the doubting. The doubting.
When you have a successful studio, when you have a successful game, and you still get completely shut down.
You did everything right.
Everybody laid off. You did everything right. What does that tell future people that work for Microsoft, that get purchased by Microsoft?
Means no one's safe.
Yeah. I mean, I was literally about to say that. Like, I was literally about to say that means, like, dude, you could put out a freaking banger of a game, and your job security is like not even in the question, dude. Like, there's a high chance that, you know, you could be out the door as soon as that game drops. Oh my god, it was like the same situation that Blizzard dealt with, like, after they put out like a huge game. Like, it was I think it was Activision's half as well, because they fired God, what was it, dude, what was his name? He made the music for the original Halo trilogy. Marty O'Donnell. Yeah, they freaking Activision fired Marty O'Donnell after, like, he did the soundtrack for, I think it was Destiny 2. Like, I think it was the base game of Destiny 2. And they threw him out the door with, like, a few other people. And I was shocked when I heard that, because, like, dude, that guy's a freaking... In terms of, like, gaming OST, that guy's a freaking legend. Like, he made like the soundtrack from Halo Combat Evolved all the way up to like Reach, and Activision just fumbled him. God, that was sad to hear, man. Yeah, like regardless, yeah. What it means for the future is like nobody has job security. At Xbox anyway, and that's pretty sad, dude, because let's just keep going. This is we're not even like 3 minutes in, and this is already making me sad, dude.
If these two aren't safe with a $3 trillion company backing them, nobody is safe. Nobody in the games industry is safe. No studio you love is safe. Everyone is at risk of being shut down.
It's just good business. This is a...
Yeah. Oh god, dude, it harkens back to what I said when I reacted to the why AAA games video. Well, why the AAA games are dying video. The future of gaming really lies with like AA and indie developers, because for a lot more reasons, but this is another big one. Like, you can't guarantee job security in like a freaking in this sort of like landscape anymore, especially if you're managed by Xbox, dude. They could shut your studio down, even if you make freaking massive hit. I don't understand.
A world where nothing is solved. Someone once told me time is a flat circle.
Oh god. I forgot he put out another video. Well, I forgot he put out like a video before this. Dude. Hang on. Yeah, I forgot. He put out this video first. I watched this like a few years back.
Someone once told me
this is the part 2. They didn't learn their lesson.
What's up, everybody?
This is the Act Man here,
Oh,
and
God.
today, in this video, you will learn why the Xbox brand is failing, why they're not producing or releasing many top-tier titles anymore, how Phil Spencer's Game Pass business model is inherently flawed, and why nearly all of the major franchises from the 360 era are either dead on life support or taking an indefinite vacation. Happy times. Today,
not great. And I will say this, I do have Game Pass Core, because that's the only way you could play online, because they killed Gold. Or they killed Gold and like turned it into like, you know, Frankenstein the Corpse into being Game Pass Core, so yeah. Not great. I did have Game Pass Ultimate though for a time. I would give it back, but you know, I don't know. I don't know at this point. I'm not entirely certain.
you will learn why the Xbox continues its never-ending decline. Are you ready to stop being a casual? Studies show that 9 out of 10 gamers who install Opera GX will not only touch grass, but feel the warmth of a woman's touch within the first month. Scholars believe this is because Opera GX is the best internet browser for gamers.
Hey, check this out, guys. Check this out. Check this out. I'm already on it. I'm already on Opera GX. Let's go, baby. Oh, I think it was, God, who was it? I think it was Critical that actually, I think I saw one of the ads that he did for Opera GX, or I think it was, I'm not entirely sure, but that inspired me to get GX, so yeah, I've been on GX for quite some time. Main reason is because it's way better than Google Chrome. Yes, I just fired that
GX
shot.
gives you an insane amount of customization in your browsing experience with GX mods. There are thousands to choose from, and I immediately picked the Dark Souls because I have gotten good. These mods change everything from keyboard sounds, themes, and the color of your browser.
Real quick. I'm not gonna change it, but I'm just gonna show you guys. Is there a mod that actually gives you, like, you know, an Arkane background? Because, well, I just downloaded something off of Google. I just downloaded this off of Google and slapped it on as my background. But is there one where I don't know? By the way, I'm still hyped for season 2. So, unrelated note. Let's get back to this video.
You can install as many mods as you like, mix and match between them, and swap easily. It's super simple, and it makes Opera GX stand out amongst the hordes of generic internet browsers. One of Opera's coolest features is GX Corner. Conveniently found on the sidebar, GX Corner keeps
in the
track
corner.
of tons of upcoming games, their release dates, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, hell yeah. It also shows games that are on sale, new trailers for recently announced titles, and the latest news in the world of gaming. Opera GX is perfect for me because I like staying up to date on everything that's going on, and GX Corner keeps...
Yeah, I didn't know that you could actually friggin' read articles through that. I mainly because I never tapped on Corner. Well, I barely tap on Corner, so. Because, like, a lot of what I see is, like, when I first open up the browser. So, yeah, I know, like, I know from, like, freaking, I know for a fact that you could not choose, you could see what games are being released, which, you know, is helpful if you forget a date or two. Yeah.
Keeps all of this important stuff in one place so I don't need to open 100 different tabs for it. It's time to get a browser that's as cool as you are, and you can download it using my link in the description and pinned comment. Download and use Opera GX today, and thank you Opera for sponsoring this video.
And now for something completely different.
That was pretty solid ad read. I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. By the way, I'm very partial to GX. Please download GX. Because why would you still want to use, like, Google Chrome? Because, you know, hey, I'm a shill.
When I made this video 4 years ago, I thought 4 years later, things would get better.
Nope. Nope. Nothing got better. Oh, God. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. 4 years later.
They have not. Recently, IGN reported that Microsoft is shutting down multiple studios, including Arkane Austin, developers of Redfall, Alpha Dog Games, and Roundhouse Studios. But most notably, the developers of Ghostwire Tokyo, Evil Within 1 and 2, and Hi-Fi Rush were shut down. Tango Gameworks.
Yeah, again, I was very shocked when I heard that, because, like... Well, I was shocked when I found that they were the guys that made the Hi-Fi Rush. I was even more shocked to find out that it was them that was being that were being closed, because yeah, Hi-Fi Rush was a massive success, and apparently they still got shelved. So I don't understand. I don't understand how you can make that decision. Like, you take out the one flycatcher that was actually doing most of the work, and now you have a house full of flies. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense.
Is a character-defining choice for Microsoft and Xbox. When faced with this moral dilemma, they did not tag along with John.
No.
They went back for the money. This is, of course, devastating for the people who work at these studios, but Microsoft was there to make us chuckle a little bit by launching a brand new controller. Feel the burn.
Bro, like, I've seen so many ads on Twitter for their freaking controllers and other things, like, and like other giveaways that they do. To be fair, I entered a few giveaways, because who doesn't want a free Xbox Series X? But the fact is, they just spend so much time advertising, like, accessories and, like, equipment and whatnot. And it just seems like they don't focus on what really needs to be focused on. I mean, you know, proof of that is, like, look at the state of a lot of their exclusives. They're just barely limping along. I don't understand. They just focus on like the most, I don't even know how to describe it, just like the most non-important things to earn a bit of extra cash. And they don't focus on their actual what people actually go to Xbox for. Oh man, this is sad. This is terrible. This is a terrible state of affairs. Oh.
Oh, you want to know if I can feel it?
But to all the unfortunate developers who were laid off, at least Microsoft is giving you this fancy backpack and some swag.
Oh my god. Is that really what they did? Oh, bro. You could, I could never, like, accept that. I would be livid if I worked for one of these companies that Xbox shut down, and, like, they sent me a freaking backpack, an Xbox backpack. Oh my god, I would say things that would get my social media accounts taken down. Let me just say that. I would get canceled. Oh my god. Bro. There's no way that they actually did that, though. That is the biggest kick in the crotch you could ever. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, Microsoft.
Bro, are you for real? You want merch from the company that just laid you off? Now, if your brain is hurting already, don't worry. The pain is going to get much worse. To the point—
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I just... They gave you a backpack. After they laid you off. I shouldn't be laughing because that's really bad. Oh my god. Dude, there's no way.
Point where you too will develop a tumor so debilitating that you qualify for a position in Xbox leadership. It's going to take time.
Oh, I cannot
to
wait.
fully understand how mind-boggling these shutdowns are and what a terrible impact this is likely to have on Microsoft and Xbox in the future. Well, in my opinion, Xbox has had 11 great, phenomenal years, and 11 years of getting shit-faced at the bar, constantly telling everyone they're gonna be back on top. And I think I've finally seen through all the lies and deception that I've been told by Xbox leadership, the stuff that I bought into. I think I've finally unplugged from all of that. Xbox has become so far detached from what initially drew me to it that I can't even describe what the brand is anymore. I can tell you what it used to be. Xbox was the console that proved we Americans could do it too. Not just the Japanese, we could do it too. Xbox was a place for the wackiest, most creative, niche games, a stunning variety that covered pretty much every genre imaginable, from snowboarding to boat combat.
Yeah, dude, I heard that, like... Oh my god. I heard that Halo 2, like, when, you know, Xbox 5 first released, well, that was freaking... Like, you had to be there, and I wasn't there. Pretty much. I missed out on such a, like, great era. Because, you know, I played on PS2, and I didn't have online during that time, so I was very young during that time, dude. Like, but yeah, you had to be there, man. Like Halo 2 and Xbox Live, that was nuts, dude. That was nuts. So, and like, yeah, and like Halo 3. Bro, that was a global phenomenon when that came out. Again, you had to be there for like for their successes, but yeah, sadly I wasn't, and like I'm one of the people that hopped on during the latter 11 years, and things have not been going so smoothly. Let's be honest.
Xbox was a massive innovator in online gaming, couch co-op, graphics, fidelity, performance.
Bro, Gears 3 was so fun, man. Like playing horde mode in Gears 3, freaking. Oh my god, bad itch in my ear. Damn. Okay, well, you know. Yeah, but Gears 3 was so much fun, dude. Oh my god. I miss playing that so much online. I played it online like before, you know, before Xbox shelved a lot of the servers for like their exclusive games. But dude, when I like the short time I played Gears 3 online, damn, that was so much fun. Please take me back to those times. And I think for Gears 2, like for Gears 2, I don't even think you need like gold to play online in Gears 2. Like I think you could have just like had like a regular Xbox Live membership, and then you were able to just play. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what it was for like Gears 1 and 2. Like you didn't need gold membership to play online. Yeah, that changed in Gears 3, but hey, it is what it is. Am I right?
Performance, and it pushed the technical limitations of the time. But if you ask me to describe what Xbox is now, I would say it's not Xbox. This is Microsoft Gaming. Welcome to Microsoft Gaming. Would you like to purchase one entertainment product?
Yeah, a lot of the soul was just sucked out of it. Let's be completely honest. Like, it's not Xbox in the way it used to be. is very automated. It's very like just like, dude, Xbox One, well, not Xbox 360 and even the original Xbox, they had a certain feeling to it. Like like dive into a game on either of those systems, and it was just a certain feeling. But let's just be honest, like dude, you played Halo 3 or like Gears of War or any of these other games, it just like hit a certain way, like on these like original systems. Like you play a game on Xbox One or even like Series X now, it doesn't feel the same. Let's be honest. Even backwards compatibility, it doesn't feel the same way. Which, God, it sucks. It really sucks. I just, I own the Series S, not a Series, I own an Xbox One S. So like me watching this and like saying all this, it just hurts. It just hurts to do, man. I'm still probably gonna get a Series S, like just because. It doesn't mean I have to like enjoy a lot of the exclusives. I'll probably just play, I'll probably just play like some freaking third-party titles and just that'll be all gravy, but hey.
And even Seamus Blackley, the creator of the original Xbox, laments this revelation as well.
Damn.
Today, Xbox is like an amorphous blob, an all-consuming void hell-bent on assimilating as many studios as possible to throw their games on Game Pass and then discard the studios. In other words, Majin Buu. Today, Xbox is a...
God. Yeah, it really be like that. It do be like that, don't it? Shoot. The future's not looking good. It's not looking good, fellas. Like, like honestly, the only question I can think of is like, who's next? Like, which studio is next to just have their games be thrown on Game Pass and just be drained of everything it's worth and just be discarded and just have like the husk of the studio discarded. Oh God, like it just. Like, that's what you gotta ask. Like, who's gonna be next? Like, who's really going to just be... Who's gonna be, like, the next victim of just, like, of this, this draining, essentially. Oh, Lord.
Brand that can't see past its own nose. They can't see anything beyond immediate, short-term gain. Because the Activision Blizzard acquisition was $70 billion. That is putting some eyes on Xbox and what they're doing. They need to start producing results. Xbox leadership is in a tight spot, so they're looking for short-term solutions, and they're sabotaging their own efforts to foster long-term successful IPs. You see, Microsoft has all these different studios that they've acquired, and they have huge pools of talent under their umbrella. But isn't it odd that a $3 trillion software company could have so much trouble creating software? Seriously, man, why is every single Xbox game I'm excited for delayed, rebooted, going through development troubles, or announced 5 years ago and then never talked about again? Well,
yeah. I mean, Elder Scrolls 6, anyone? Oh, Lord. Like, I don't understand, man. Like, why is it taking so long? Like, why? Like, I'm not a game developer in any sense of the imagination, so I couldn't tell you why, but it does seem a little odd, right? That you have a lot of these games that are being developed air quotes, are being developed currently, and well, Yeah, you aren't really hearing a lot. You aren't really hearing a lot about. I mean, like, when was the last time anybody like heard anything from? God, excuse me, anything from Elder Scrolls 6? Like, when was the last time we heard like any talk about freaking the next Gears of War game, or any like or any long-term plans for Halo Infinite? We haven't heard a single thing from any of these studios, and that's really friggin' troubling, because like they are the bulk of Xbox and Microsoft's future, pretty much. I mean, sure, you have like a lot of these other studios, but I mean, like, are they really gonna put out a smash hit? And even still, like, we've said this before, even if they do, that won't stop them from being shelved. But let's be honest with ourselves. It's I don't know.
I'll answer that question later in this video. The point is, the one studio that seemingly had their shit together, Tango Gameworks, a studio based in Japan, a market that Xbox has consistently failed to break into, who just released a Game Award winning, critically acclaimed title. This is the studio you get rid of? Excuse me one moment.
Yep. That's how everybody feels, pretty much. And again, it's the flycatcher analogy that I said. Like, you remove the one flycatcher in your house that's doing literally anything, and now you got a house full of flies. And you know what? You did it all to your damn self. I don't understand that mentality, though. Like, how can you, in good faith, close the one studio that was doing literally everything right? How can you do that? What kind of sense does that make? Like, do you just hate? Do you hate actually? Like, do you hate success? Do you have a fear of actually achieving something? Like, what? Why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, Arkane Austin, let's be honest, like, it was understandable why they were closed down, because, again, Redfall is a company killer. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. But Tango Gameworks? Like, Hi-Fi Rush? How can you not see that? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Yeah.
Nope. Still doesn't make sense. I didn't kill enough brain cells.
Congratulations, sir! You have just given me my $1 million!
Huh, great. Well, what do I win?
Nothing! Now get out!
What?
Get the fuck out!
If we reduce the number of...
Oh, God. Yeah, I feel like that's how the discussion went. Between the person, like, the person who ran Tango Gameworks and Phil Spencer. Like, that's how their meeting went. Like, that's how their last meeting went. I can only imagine that.
Of employees for better short-term financial results, employee morale will decrease. I sincerely doubt employees who fear that they may be laid off will be able to develop software titles that could impress people around the world. Where did this quote come from? Well, would you look at that? It's former Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata.
Yeah.
Who said this after taking...
Yeah, that dude, that dude took a pay cut. Oh yeah, hang on.
Taking a 50%...
Yeah, you see, this guy freaking had the salary, like, half the salary to prevent layoffs. He took a pay cut to keep his employees. Like, what a friggin' mad lad. Honestly.
% pay cut after the financially disastrous launch of the Wii U.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have to
the Wii U is really friggin'... The Wii U could not live up to the hype of... not live up to the hype and success of the original Wii. Well, let's be honest with ourselves. And... yeah. It flopped, pretty much. And yeah. That's all I could say about that. Dude took a pay cut and saved his employees. Let's go.
Lay off any staff. Anybody at Microsoft or Xbox willing to take a pay cut to keep this incredible studio around?
Nope.
Anybody?
No.
Anyone?
You and Microsoft Games CEO Phil Spencer have been raising kind of the alarm that the video game industry is just not growing, and there's a real need to figure out how to reverse that. What's causing the issue, and how does Xbox turn it around?
Yeah, the last year or so in video games, largely the industry's been flat.
Is that who I think it is? Why, yes, it's Capcom, celebrating their 7th consecutive year of record high profits.
Damn.
They're making more money than they ever have before in the company's 44-year history. What's their secret?
They've been around for I guess that makes sense. They've been around for God dang, that's a pretty long time for a media company.
Right. Video game sales?
It's impossible!
What's this? Salary increases for all employees?
No!
Surely Capcom has to be like a $4 trillion company to afford such extravagant treatment for their employees.
I'll just say that. I don't really know a lot about Capcom, but are they a $4 trillion company?
Nope. And staff, right? Oh God! Oh no! Oh.
7.35 billion. Damn. And Xbox, what? They can't even keep a few studios open for for at least a few more years. And what? Damn. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Oh, holy shit. Oh, this is what you don't get, Xbox and Microsoft. The words in these 2 articles. This is also why you haven't and why you will probably never break into the Japanese market. Make good product, sell product, make money back, pay employees. Employees who make good product are happy and keep working on next product. Slow down there, Act.
Yeah. For some reason, Xbox really doesn't understand the phrase ROI. Return on investment. They don't understand that phrase, and yeah, that's really holding them back. Oh my god. It's such a wild concept that all you have to do... It's a wild concept for Xbox, let me clarify. That all you need to do is make a good product. All you need to do is make something that entertains the masses, and you'll make the profit. That's such a wild, wacky concept for Xbox. Oh my god. Oh shoot. Give me a sec.
Man, it's a little too complicated, okay? Microsoft, being as big as they are, probably thinks they can toss out whoever they want and throw a bunch of money at a replacement, and that solves the issue.
I just don't think we're all interchangeable. I think things change when you change the people.
Yeah, dude. This is the guy that made the Halo music. I think that this is the guy, yeah.
That's why my motto is always be nice to the goose, is because I think the goose that lays the golden egg, it's not the egg that you need to care about, it's the goose, and the goose is the team.
We're seriously talking about mistakes that continue to be made since 2007. Microsoft is
what is the... People say that, Halo's only hope is, if Bungie came back. You want to know why it's not going to happen? Guess who bought Bungie? Sony Entertainment. Sony bought Bungie, and it's not. Yeah, that reunion of Halo and Bungie is never gonna happen. So Microsoft needs to figure out something, or, you know, yeah, that's the way it goes. I don't know, man. I just... Damn. I just wish that, you know, that they figured out something before, because Bungie's Halo always, like, it had the feeling that 343 just can't replicate for whatever reason.
Notorious for killing every golden goose they get their hands on. Phil Spencer praised Hi-Fi Rush and said that players could expect to see more AAA titles from Japan.
What is going on, Phil?
What is happening to us? What's happening to you?
This is the first of many problems with the Tango shutdown. Microsoft is once again closing the doors on the Japanese market. Now, only Japanese developers who want to commit seppuku are likely to work with them. This is all besides the point that Tango Gameworks was extremely talented. They were founded by Shinji Mikami for Leon Kennedy's sake, the genius behind Resident Evil 4. What did he have to say about Tango's shutdown? Sad. Here's the thing, not every studio is capable.
Just like a 3-word tweet. Damn it. Hang on, where is it?
Genius behind Resident Evil 4? What did he have to say about Tango's shutdown? Sad.
Yeah, just 3 words. And it just... That's all you need. Just 3 words to express how you feel about it. Oh, man.
Here's the thing, not every studio is capable of tackling different genres to the same level of success. A lot of them get stuck doing the same thing. So when a studio like Tango is able to swap from horror to action rhythm beat 'em up, and it turns out amazing, you've got some serious talent and creativity over there.
Yeah, that goes to show you that Tango was versatile. Like, they knew how to make one type of game, but they also knew how to make it completely, like, something on the completely opposite end of the spectrum. So, and you let those guys go? Like, are you being serious? Like, bro, like, what are you smoking? And where can I get some? I need your suppliers. I need your suppliers' information. 'Cause you must be huffing the goods and stuff if you think this was a wise idea. Oh my god. You let one of your most versatile teams go, and now you're expecting what? You're expecting something. You're expecting, you know, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what they're expecting. None of this makes sense.
You should nurture this golden goose, and you strangled it again.
Yep.
But let's hear Microsoft's side of the story, because there has to be a good explanation for this, right?
Nope.
So Matt Booty is the head of Xbox Game Studios, and he was the one who sent out the email to staff informing them of the shutdowns. Today I'm sharing changes we are making to our Bethesda and ZeniMax teams. These changes are grounded in prioritizing high-impact titles and further investing in Bethesda's portfolio.
Prioritizing high-impact titles and further investing in Bethesda's portfolio of blockbuster games and beloved worlds. I mean, I could kind of understand that, because, like, I'm assuming what they mean by this are games like Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, like other games like that, like Starfield. I assume that that's what they mean by this. But at the same time, there are other games that in Bethesda's portfolio. There are some better games, that might I add, like Hi-Fi Rush. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna have a borderline aneurysm by the end of this.
Portfolio of blockbuster games. I posted this video at the perfect time.
Yes, he did. And we reacted to it too at the perfect time. Oh my god. Bro. I will refer you guys to this video. Oh my god. Wow.
It's just like I told you. They're going bigger games, bigger budgets, doubling down on established IPs, no new creative ideas, just stick with what's safe. We're gonna make fewer games with longer development times. Yes!
What was it that he said? Or I don't think it was him. I think it was like one of the people that he was interviewing. Why don't these studios take like a $2 billion investment or whatever and like make several $20 million bets with it? I think that's what. Oh god, I just blew my own eardrum out. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's what was said. Cause, like, but yeah, that's a great idea. Cause, you know, why not break that? Why not break a $2 billion investment and make smaller double-A games out of it? If one of those succeeds, you have a new like money printer essentially, and for whatever reason, these companies don't want to take that risk. They'd rather put all their eggs in one basket and carry said basket on one finger than putting like 4 eggs in like a smaller basket and just taking one to I guess a finish line of some kind and like just going back and forth. Like you get what I'm saying. They'd rather do that. They'd rather, stuff like 3 dozen eggs in one basket and carry it on a finger than doing the smarter thing and just like taking all those eggs and just marching from point A to point B and then going back and forth. I don't understand that way of thinking, that mentality. I guess I'm not, supposed to think, God. This video is rotting my brain. I can't even string together a cohesive thought. Oh, shoot. What I was gonna say was, I guess I'm not supposed to understand for whatever reason.
Yes! The release schedule was too fast for Xbox's first-party titles. We need to slow it down more. Fun fact, video game production cycles have gotten so long that if a big-budget game studio started working on a brand new project today, it would likely be for the PS6. Fuck yes, I'm so excited for this game that had a cringy trailer 4 years ago and haven't heard anything since. I'm so fucking hyped for it. Wait a second. Prioritizing high-impact titles. That's bizarre terminology I've never heard before. That's what it is, because...
Yeah, that's... Like, high-impact titles, that's the first time I'm ever hearing that phrase. And I hate it. I hate that phrase already. It's the first time I'm hearing high-impact titles. What do you mean, high-impact titles? I hate that terminology. And I'm just now hearing about it.
They wanted to have a high impact on Game Pass subscriptions, which have been declining steadily recently. Surely Microsoft isn't putting all their eggs in one basket and betting big on Game Pass.
I did not pre-watch this. Let's just be completely honest. I did not pre-watch this. I didn't know he was gonna use the eggs in one basket analogy. Wow, this is not pre-watched. I only I will say this. I did pre-watch like a few videos before, but only like the first few minutes. And I pre-watched the Helldivers video that I reacted to, that Ackman put out, because Yeah, when I first reacted to it, there was no audio. I'll admit that. I will concede to that. But yeah, I did not pre-watch this video. I will say that. I did not pre-watch this one.
Right? To double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones requires us to look across the business to identify the opportunities best positioned for success. Do you have dementia? You're looking to invest in successful new IPs? A high impact on Game Pass subscriptions, which have been putting all their eggs in one basket and betting big on Game Pass, right? To double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones requires us to look across the business to identify the opportunities best positioned for success.
But you're not doing that. You're doing the complete opposite, you dingus. Oh my god. Yeah, like, what are you saying? You're saying one thing, but you're doing the complete opposite. Bro, I can't. I can't keep doing this, man. I can't keep doing this.
Do you have dementia? You're looking to invest in successful new IPs? Does he know? This is head of Xbox Game Studios, and he doesn't even know what Hi-Fi Rush is? What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes.
This is counterproductive. I want to do the same thing that Ackman's doing. This is. I can't keep up with this, man. I can't understand this. This is nuts. This is crazy.
Yes.
It's starting to make sense now. Everything's coming together. Exactly as I planned.
Oh my god.
All makes sense now. No, it damn well doesn't.
But on the real, this is a really bad sign when, like, the same day you're shutting down a studio you're looking for, you say you're looking for studios, just like the one you shut down. So you can't really trust Xbox leadership when they say stuff like this. And what you'll find throughout a lot of their statements is that they contradict their actions all the fucking time. Also,
that's just a staple of modern Xbox. Let's be honest. Oh, they say one thing and do the complete opposite. Bro. Oh my god. I'm surprised that the people who are running Xbox have not tried to plug a toaster into itself. I'm just surprised that has not happened yet. I feel like they're not far off, though. Let's be completely honest with ourselves.
We have to look across the business to identify the best opportunities? You don't have to. Just look at a tweet from your vice president of marketing. Hi-Fi Rush was a breakout hit for us and our players in all key measurements and expectations. We couldn't be happier with what the team at Tango delivered with this surprise release. Overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and Metacritic. Best audio design at the Game Awards. This is like getting...
Do they not like look at their accomplishments? Like, do these like higher ups in Xbox not look at the accomplishments of these studios? Do they not take like into account Steam charts and like positive reviews? Do they not do that? Because I assume they don't. Because what? I can't. I can't, dude. This is causing my brain to just freaking short circuit.
Straight A's and your principal says you need to be held back in school. Like, what the fuck? We are making these tough decisions to create capacity to increase investment in other parts of our portfolio and focus on our priority games. Tough decisions? We have more than enough money to buy all of you, but not enough money to keep you. Actually, JK, we do have money to open a brand new sweatshop.
A week after Microsoft closed 4 game studios Microsoft owned, Activision announces a new game studio. Are you joking right now? Surely not. Surely you can't be serious. Elsewhere Entertainment. Bro. Oh, say psych right now. Oh, I hate this so much. I hate this all. Bro. Why? Out of all publishers, they open a new studio for Activision? Bro, you know their track record. Why? 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 God damn it all.
A week after closing 4 studios. What the fuck is happening? As we look to the future, there's an impressive lineup of games on the horizon. In 2024 alone, we have DLC, new game, DLC. I love how Matt doesn't even mention Hellblade 2, a game that Microsoft isn't promoting at all and releases in like now. As we
I think as of this reaction, Hellblade 2 is like popping off right now, or like it did pop off like a few weeks back. Yeah, Hellblade 2 is really good from what I heard. Unfortunately, I can't play it because it's exclusive to next gen, so I can play the first one though.
We look to the future, there's an impressive lineup of games on the horizon. There sure is. I'm really excited for that Perfect Dark reboot. Oh, Perfect Dark reboot, still in very rough state. A big protracted mess. But I'm sure a new trailer for Fable is coming around the corner. I mean, that was one of my favorite RPGs.
The Perfect Dark reboot was announced in 2020? Damn. And it still has no sign of actually, by the way, pause game 100. It still has no sign of actually being released anytime soon. Well, I'm no mathematician, but that ain't good. Damn.
RPGs on the original Xbox. Development is slow due to Playground's inexperience with RPGs. Fantastic.
Damn.
What about State of Decay 3? That's looking pretty good. Is troubled development with State of Decay 3? Okay, do we get any games?
If you're gonna like delay State of Decay 3, could you at least in that time add a character creator? Because that was a big problem that I had with the first 2 games. You couldn't customize a character. And for like a game like State of Decay, I want to play as my own character. I don't want to play as like any of these preset guys. Just let me play as my own character.
Any games? Rare. They're working on something new, right? Everwatch. Don't expect Rare's gorgeous new IP to launch anytime soon. It's been rebooted.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is
Microsoft owns Obsidian. And Obsidian always comes in clutch. I bet their new game is coming. Avowed has been rebooted several times. Now you know why Matt Booty is saying they have incredible games on the horizon, but lists 3 DLCs and 1 game. But speaking of Fable, remember when Microsoft shut down Lionhead Studios? And they were like, it was one of the biggest missteps.
We acquired Lionhead in 2006, shut it down in 2016.
Damn.
A couple years later, we reflected back on that experience. What did we learn? How do we not repeat our same mistakes?
Then you've learned nothing.
What makes someone a failure is not the act of failing, but learning nothing from it. You have learned nothing with all the studio shutdowns. Xbox leadership continues to fail, learn nothing, and keep making the same mistakes decade after decade. Splatoon is a great example of how if you foster a sleeper hit, it can become an enormous franchise all on its own. At Xbox, if you make a sleeper hit, they fire you. If
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, ain't it? I can't, dude.
Buying games doesn't support the
no
studio.
more.
Give me one good reason to buy a single Microsoft game ever again. Well said. Does Xbox even remember how the PS3 managed to pull ahead? Remember when Uncharted 2 was such a sensation that gave back the prestige Sony needed to make their console a necessity? Notice how there's a 2? Because Naughty Dog was allowed to make a sequel that was a bigger hit.
Yeah, I played Uncharted 2. I finished Uncharted 2. Game was amazing. And Uncharted 3, perfect cap off to like the PS3 trilogy. You know, you got the fourth game on PS4. You got like a you got the trilogy collection on PS4. Yeah, like those games are really good. And you know, despite me being a big fan of Uncharted, I've not beaten the first game. I beat the second game, I beat the third game, I didn't beat the fourth game, and I didn't beat the first game, so, yeah. Damn. That's unfortunate. Maybe at some point.
It's funny you say that, because the real reason Tango was shut down is because they were pitching a sequel and wanted to hire more staff.
What? Are you kidding me? Bro. They pitched the sequel and they wanted to hire more people, and that's why they were shut down? Bro. You can't be serious, right? Oh my god. Dude. Imagine any other studio getting treated like that. Just imagine. I feel like there would actually be a public outcry if that happened to any other like popular studio. Dude. All they wanted was a Hi-Fi Rush is really good, and they wanted the sequel. And Xbox, for whatever reason, got so offended that they shelved the entire studio. Oh my god. Are you joking right now? You gotta be joking.
What you say?
No.
According to an article from Jason Schreier, Tango was in the...
Will that get me terminated on Twitch? Is this why I lose my account? I certainly hope not. Oh shoot, man. Yeah, we all feel that type. Well, not all of us, but hey, some of us feel that way. Oh god. Life is worth living, children.
Process of pitching a sequel. Matt Booty praised Hi-Fi Rush, but did not specify why the studio was shut down. Booty said that the company's studios had been spread too thin, like peanut butter on bread.
I feel thin, sort of stretched, like butter scraped over too much bread.
Booty added that the shutdown of Arkane Austin was not connected to the performance of Redfall. So we have two...
Press X to doubt. Press X to doubt. Let's just be honest. Redfall is a company killer. Let's all just admit that. Come on, you don't need to make excuses. Redfall killed Arkane Austin. Let's be honest with ourselves. Please. Let's cut the BS here. Let's just say what it is. Redfall killed Arkane Austin. Yeah. Come on. Let's not make excuses for ourselves.
Two polar opposites. We have a complete flop, and we have a critically acclaimed borderline masterpiece. Both studios behind them are shut down, and it's not because of how they performed, Jason writes, both Tango and Arkane were looking to hire additional staff as they pitched new projects, which Booty and Braff suggested was the main factor behind their closures. Just further evidence of how disposable you are if you work for Microsoft. I've already talked about the massive fucking contracting issues they have with hiring staff and not keeping them on long enough to learn the engine and code that they're working with on a game. But Jesus, man.
Big proponent of that. Look at Halo Infinite. Literally nobody on the current team knows how to work the slipspace engine, and that's why they're moving over to Unreal. Like they're recreating the game from the ground up in Unreal, and they're going to just like re-release it at some point. But they're keeping the slipspace version of the game open to everybody. Yeah. No, literally no. They got rid of every single person that knew, like, in some way how the slipspace engine worked for Halo Infinite. And yeah, now, like, the new team that they brought on, nobody knows how it works. Literally not a single soul knows how the slipspace engine works for Halo Infinite. That's why it's taken them so long to actually make anything for the game, essentially. They gotta remake the entire game now. I'm surprised that they have not shelved 343. Let's be completely honest. I'm not surprised. I am surprised that they have not freaking shelved that studio. Oh my god, but Tango Gameworks, we could shelve those guys, no problem whatsoever.
Massive Activision Blizzard acquisition has ramped up scrutiny on the Xbox division from leaders at Microsoft. Bingo! Ding, 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 ding! It's time to cut costs so that our profit margins, if we have any, look better, because that's all we're in charge of. So basically, these studios were closed to save money and the asses of Xbox leadership. Yeah. That's the real answer. The only explanation that makes any sense.
The workers here need to know they ain't ever getting out of that hole they dug themselves into. This world is sick, dark, sad.
Xbox promised to support less sprawling creative titles like Hi-Fi Rush with smaller budgets and lower sales expectations. It didn't matter if a game sold tens of millions of copies as long as it helped bolster the Game Pass library. And herein lies the fatal flaw with Microsoft's strategy. They are no longer interested in developing high-quality games that sell well. They're only interested in boosting their main source of income, Game Pass. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Game Pass.
That is... Excuse me. That is the main selling point of Xbox at this... at present. The main selling point of Xbox is the Game Pass. Like, if you get an Xbox, one of the only reasons you're getting it is, for the Game Pass, is to actually play games on Game Pass without spending, hundreds of dollars on a new game, or like new games every month, pretty much. You could spend like, I think the going price right now is like $60, and you get an entire library of games for like a year, pretty much. That is the main selling point of Xbox consoles right now. They don't have to put out good exclusives. They don't have to, they don't have to have like a certain experience that you can only find on Xbox. All they need is the Game Pass. And yeah, that's a pretty big crutch, because the current model does not breed innovation. It breeds complacency, and complacency is death, essentially.
Pass. It's great for consumers, and I'm not criticizing the concept of Game Pass. What I'm criticizing is the all-in bet on it. This strategy is not resulting in best-selling games. There seems to be no standard of quality at Microsoft with their first-party titles, and they're sacrificing other means of revenue to funnel everything down a single lane.
You acquire a studio for what they're great at now, and your job is to help them accelerate
how they do what they do, not them accelerate what you do.
Looks like Phil had a change of heart, because now all that matters is what can you bring to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So some of you are watching this video and you might be thinking, well, Ackman, that's just business. You shut down the studios and departments that aren't making you money. That's just how it is. We don't like it, but what can you do? Well, let's analyze Microsoft.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, excuse me. It doesn't have to be like that, though. It doesn't have to be an all-in bet. I mean, you could funnel your funding into different lanes, essentially. And like maybe a few will be dead ends, of course, like that's to be expected. But you could find a completely different avenue to just profit off of, right? Like it doesn't have to be an all-in bet. And I don't understand why Microsoft isn't like getting that, or Xbox isn't getting that. I don't understand.
Microsoft's strategy for making money off of Hi-Fi Rush. A new IP with zero brand recognition is shadow dropped without any marketing. Literally, the marketing budget for Hi-Fi Rush was
62 cents.
It's put on Game Pass the same day it comes out, so we're not getting massive sales, but subscriptions, and it was hardly promoted at all after this, but it spread like wildfire because of word of mouth. This is also besides the point that Microsoft had an opportunity to show this game just a few months prior at the 2022 Game Awards, but they were completely absent there.
Dude, that would have helped Hi-Fi Rush massively. I mean, would that have stopped this the studio being closed? Probably not. I mean, I feel like they were gonna do that regardless. But dude, that would have helped the game massively. You would have had like a massive amount of it was shadow drop, so I don't think there were gonna be pre-orders, but you would have had like massive hype for the game, pretty much. Everybody would have wanted to play it. Like, am I wrong to make that assessment? Because I feel like I'm not. Like, dude, if you saw that game, it looked incredible, dude. It looked absolutely insane. And it was on Steam, too. So, like, you would have had a lot of people on Xbox, and you would have had, like, boatloads of people on Steam excited to play this game. Like, you would have had a massive amount of sales. Let's be completely honest. And I don't know why they didn't take that opportunity, because, again, they had the opportunity. But yeah, they were absent, so...
It's a bad sign when there were more Muppets at the Game Awards than Xbox World Premieres.
So, in my humble opinion, for all intents and purposes, Hi-Fi Rush was, at worst, set up to fail, and at best, was given no help from Microsoft. And yet, despite all of these factors, it was a breakout hit in every key metric.
Yep.
If you want to argue that Hi-Fi Rush didn't make enough money and that's why they had to shut the studio down, that fault is 1000% on Microsoft. Leadership fucks up and the talent gets axed. This is why Xbox's current business model of all-in bet on Game Pass is not sustainable long-term. There's a great post that sums everything up, so pause if you want to read it all. But here's a highlight. The biggest paradox with Game Pass is that basically every game that launches on the service badly misses its sales goals. Makes sense though. Why pay full price to buy a game when you can play it for free as part of your subscription? Microsoft...
I mean, like, I can understand that, but at the same time, keep in mind that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is not the most recent release, but it's the upcoming game in the Call of Duty franchise, and it's going to be a day one thing on Game Pass. And most likely, it's still going to be the the highest selling game in the US for a time. So yeah, again, well, let's be honest. I think Game Pass is going to, is going to be like a good thing to have for when Black Ops 6 comes out, because you won't have to pay $60 for like a game that could be hit or miss. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm coming from, right? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this: Game Pass is like, it's both a blessing and a curse.
Microsoft says it needs games like Hi-Fi Rush the day after killing its studio. I can't do this anymore, man. We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards. This is the guy in charge of Xbox. What is he saying and doing? Again, look at Capcom. They are soaring right now because of video game sales. So what's the plan, Microsoft? You gonna keep gambling? You gonna push COD onto Game Pass? Are you going to risk the guaranteed
Well, they did. Yeah, they're going to do that. Well, they're going to do that at some point. They're gonna push like the older games first, and then they're gonna like climb up to like do the newer titles. And Black Ops 6 again is gonna be a launch title. It's gonna be like a launch. It's gonna be on Game Pass day one. Is what I'm getting at.
Consistent sales of Call of Duty to boost subscribers for Game Pass? That's risky. In the eyes of Xbox, it seems like the efforts of an individual studio is not important. It doesn't matter how much your game sells or how prestigious and critically acclaimed it is. What matters is your contribution to Game Pass. Did you move the needle a little bit? This sounds like communism. Not enough? No, these awards aren't enough. Where's the award for most Game Pass subscriptions driven? So again, by focusing so much on Game Pass and accessibility, Microsoft is putting their games on Steam. Game Pass applies to PC as well. They're launching their exclusive titles also on PlayStation and other consoles, so there's no real exclusives for Xbox anymore. Everything is multi-platform now, so there's no particular reason to buy a Series X, which is driving down sales of the console, so it's not looking good. I feel like now is a good time to dismantle.
I still might get a Series S. Just saying.
The bullshit marketing for the Series X being the world's most powerful console, because almost no game is capable of taking advantage of its specs. Hey Phil, how come Starfield only runs at 30 frames? Starfield running at 30 FPS on Series X was a creative choice. Trust not limited by our commitment to the Series S at all. There hasn't been a killer app for the Series X, and if there has, you can play it somewhere else. See, Microsoft's biggest advantage back in the day was that they knew software really well. So with the original Xbox, all they had to do was make a console that worked with the software they had. This made it much easier to develop games on the Xbox.
Yeah. At that time, Japanese game consoles had very proprietary chipsets, and they just didn't work very well for, Western developers. What the DirectX group was proposing was, there's a better way to do this. We're going to use PC architecture that you're familiar with, which is just going to work out of the gate, so they could spend more time crafting and building their games.
They had an incredibly developer-friendly story. You already know how to write these games. If you've written them for PC, you can write them for console as well.
This is no longer the case with the Series X. Like I said, all these fucking games are delayed, rebooted, or whatever. Arguably, what was Microsoft's biggest technical advantage in breaking into the console market is now killing them, because Microsoft requires feature parity between the Series X and Series S. Tell me how this is the world's most powerful console when every game has to be designed for hardware that's weaker. Remember when Baldur's Gate 3 came out and there was some confusion about why it wasn't on Xbox? That's because split-screen co-op didn't work on Series S. I'm getting deja vu here, huh?
Damn.
Because of this careless oversight and...
God, that sucks. I think they fixed that like when it did come to Xbox, but God, I'm still gonna get a Series S though, because I don't want to have to blow $500 on a Series X unless I get a Series X for free, like through one of the various giveaways that Xbox does on their Twitter account. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Estimating Baldur's Gate 3 to be worth like $5 million, Microsoft missed out on the first 4 months of sales for the 2023 Game of the Year. Yep. What are we doing? What are we doing? They only made an exception 3 weeks after launch because they saw the game explode and thought, uh-oh, we fucked up again. Again, what's the point of owning the world's most powerful console if every game has to be reduced in size, scale, scope, fidelity, technically, everything to run on weaker hardware?
Well, I'll tell you, there's literally not an God, what did he say?
Wanting to offer gamers a cheaper alternative to the Series X,
I'm sorry,
but in
my brain
hindsight,
has
it's
been
fucking
rotted through
stupid
by,
because you
a lot of this
cheapen the
video.
experience on the premium console. Exception 3 weeks after launch because they saw the game explode and thought, uh-oh, but in hindsight, it's fucking stupid because you cheat scope, fidelity. Uh-oh, we fucked up again. Again, what's the point of owning the world's most powerful
Oh, yeah, what's
console
the point?
if everything to run on weaker hardware?
Yeah, I'll tell you what the point is. There is no point. There is no point to anything that they do. Let's be completely honest.
I understand wanting to offer gamers a cheaper alternative to the Series X, but in hindsight, it's fucking stupid because you cheapen the
I'd say so
experience
as
on the
well.
premium console in the quest for accessibility. Here's a head scratcher for you. Why did people stick around with the Xbox 360 despite it being one of the faultiest consoles ever?
Yeah, the red rings were... they were really bad.
Created. Because the games were good. Pick
Yeah.
any year of game releases for the 360, and it will far surpass whatever we have seen on the Series X. Xbox used to be a huge...
Yeah, there used to be like banger after banger after banger released for frickin' Xbox 360, and then, you know, Xbox One came around, that slowed down significantly. Now Series S and X, we barely have like anything notable.
Huge innovator. Tell me what the Series X has innovated in. Backwards compatibility? Sure, a bit, but we had that on the 360 too.
Yeah.
Microsoft is not innovating with video games. They are innovating how you consume them. Now, I could go in depth with Redfall about how every major red flag was ignored by leadership at ZeniMax, leadership at Arkane Austin, and leadership at Xbox. I could talk about how this game never should have been released in the state that it was, but my brain is genuinely starting to hurt. Phil constantly talks about how he's not going to push.
I think I only have like 5% of my brain left. That's why I haven't really been speaking that much. Because, dude, I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired of this. Xbox is literally shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly, and they're blaming the freaking... I don't even know. I can't think of anything clever because... Oh my god, this is hurting my brain so much, man.
Push against the creative direction of his studios. And I can respect that. However, you can't be an absent father and just let the kids fucking do whatever they want.
No.
Somebody has to step in and say, we need to...
That isn't how it works. That doesn't how... I'm down to 4% of my brain right now.
Player playlist for Halo. What the fuck is going on with Redfall? Okay, we lost 70% of our staff and everybody that remains wants the game to be canceled. Okay, we'll cancel it. Somebody has to come in and make the big decisions, okay? Instead, Redfall was promoted as a major first-party title and Hi-Fi Rush wasn't. What's the standard anymore? Everything I've just said has been building to what I'm about to say now. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Microsoft is a software company. They produce software.
Yeah.
They do not produce entertainment. They buy entertainment and sell it like it's software. Video games are entertainment. Technically, they are software, I know. But Microsoft no longer has the ability to cultivate or establish successful long-term franchises on their own. Instead, they rely on buying them, on buying IPs with loads of promise before inevitably running them into the ground and shelving them forever. They've been doing this since at least 2008. If you want your franchise to die, sell it to Microsoft. They've killed every golden goose they've ever got their hands on, and they will kill yours too.
Oh god, yeah, that's just the sad truth, man. That's just the sad truth of the matter. And the fact is, it wasn't always like that, because, I mean, you gotta think about it. 2001, the first Halo game was ever released. It was a massive success. 2004, you had Halo 2. Even freaking better and bigger than Halo 1. Halo Combat Evolved. Yeah, 2007, Halo 3. capping off an amazing trilogy. You know, I think it was like 2009 or 2010. Halo 3 ODST, the perfect addition to the cap off. Actually, it was 2010. It was Reach, and yeah, you had a great prequel to, you know, what would become a great series, essentially. Oh god, and that's just one game released by you know, one developer. Xbox had a bunch of friggin' great games released by great studios, great devs. Oh god. And like, fast forward to today, and it's just like, God, they're tossing out like a lot. They're tossing out a lot of these studios that they've acquired like yesterday's friggin' recycling. Although they're not going to be recycled, they're going to be thrown straight into the incinerator. Oh god, man. Again, like, I'm at 3% of my brain right now because like a lot of this has just rapidly drained a lot of my energy. So let's just finish up this video because this is really sad.
Big difference between now and back then is Microsoft knew how to promote a game. They would cough up the dough. They had a keen business sense for what would do well and how to promote it. They would push back creatively to figure out what was most important in a game. You can see this in the Gears of War development behind the scenes videos. They push back on things like the Chainsaw Lancer to see how important it is to the developers. It's like, yes, the Chainsaw Lancer was real fucking important. We need it. Oh, okay. All right. You can have it. It's like a test to see how confident a studio is in their vision, what they think is important. In my opinion, the role of a publisher is to push on creative decisions to find where the gold is. Where are the golden ideas? Everything worked out for Gears 1, but that's partially because Microsoft was taking an active interest in the game, promoting it as a killer app. I do not see or hear about this level of involvement with Xbox leadership anymore. Not interference, not involvement, absence.
Nothing.
So in conclusion, these studio shutdowns isolated aren't a big deal. It's when you look at the bigger picture that you understand how bad things are right now for Xbox. And you know, I still love Xbox, but
yeah,
I've been wanting it to get back on track for over a decade. You say you hate disappointing Xbox fans, but you disappointed me, Phil. And I'll continue to root for you guys and hope you do the right thing. And I'm just one guy, but
I don't see that. Genuinely, I don't see this getting any better. Let's be completely honest. I don't. Like, they've had numerous chances, from the past few years. They've had numerous chances throughout the past few years, and they didn't take them. They didn't take those leaps. They didn't take those leaps of faith. They didn't do anything. So what faith can they have that they're gonna miraculously get back on track now? What faith? What faith do I? Absolutely zero. And that's sad. That's absolutely disappointing to hear me say and to have anybody else say, but that's just the truth. I don't have any faith that they're gonna get back on track and be the company that they were during the 360 era. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I genuinely can't see it.
I grew up with Xbox, and I can't tell you what it is anymore. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. It was a bit nihilistic and sad and depressing. Hopefully they can turn it around. I'll be streaming the Xbox Game Showcase on June 9th. We'll see then. We'll see. What do you think about Xbox in its current state? You agree with what I said? Disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to The Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is The Act Man signing out. Peace.
Yeah, this was a lot less of my commentary and more just me just watching, witnessing the downfall of a company that I want to see succeed desperately. Let's be honest, this is probably the most disappointing. This is probably the most sad I've been after seeing a video like this. But yeah, here's a link to it. Oh God, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Dude, wait. There were so many things that they could have done right. There were so many things that they could have actually done to, like, mitigate the damage, to mitigate or even avoid the damage completely, and they didn't do it. They just kept running back onto the freeway, and they expected not to get hit by a freaking 18-wheeler. But at this point, I don't know anymore, dude. I'm still gonna get a Series S at some point. I don't know, maybe I'll splurge and save up some money to get a freaking Series X. But again, I don't have a lot of faith left in this brand. Like, dude, Sony has had their, screw-ups, like, the Helldivers 2 situation. But, like, they've always, they've been able to find, proper ways to rebound. Xbox, they just keep friggin' going down the same rabbit hole. And they just keep going further and further. And I don't think they're gonna resurface anytime soon. Let's be completely honest, man. But yeah, I don't know.